Hi, my name is Martha Baxter, and I'm here to talk to you about my experience of being molested as a little girl. As a little girl, you don't know any better. All you know is your family members that love you. You see them all the time. You had family gatherings, they have family meetings, they're always at your house, in and out. They're respected in the community, they're leaders in the church. But at the same token, inside of your home, they're doing things that's so inappropriate and so beyond. I was touched as a little girl for years. And it seemed like once that person finished touching me, the next person started. I don't know, it was like something that was consistently going on. I was so afraid to tell anyone. I was afraid to speak. It seemed like I was silenced as a little girl. So who can I talk to? When you hear family members praise these people for who they were as fathers, who they were as community leaders, who they were as just good Christian people. And who will believe me, a little girl that was going from the city to the country, to this family member's house, to that family member's house? It was difficult. So I lived with it. I buried it within my soul. And during my time as a young girl, it brought me so much of hatred and bitterness. I began speaking negativity into my life because I felt like nobody cared. Nobody really cared about me. Nobody loved me, because if they did, why would somebody touch me inappropriately? Why would somebody would even think about doing a child, an innocent child, that? My innocence was stolen. And once your innocence is stolen, there is nothing you could possibly do to get it back. It's gone for life. And so it created so many layers in me. I became angry. I became boisterous with adults, other people in the community. I will fight. And when I say fight, I mean literally fight. That was a way of me being protective of myself and trying to protect myself to keep people off of me. And being that little girl and growing up, not having a voice, not having a soul to talk to, I felt empty. I felt alone. I never, ever thought anyone loved me, because if they did, why would someone do this to me and continue doing this to me as a child? And so I became that little girl that cries within. Many days people would see me with a smile on my face and would not have the idea or even know that I had carried so much of pain within my heart and within my soul. For me, being touched at an inappropriate age, it brought on so many other things. I became sexually active very early. Not only that, I became rebellious. I didn't do well in school until I had to be pushed to do what I needed to do. I just didn't care because I felt like no one cared about me. No one cared about me, that little girl who would just sit and wonder, who would sit and cry sometime to herself and sit emotionlessly. All I wanted was somebody to ask me what was wrong, why I was acting out in the way that I was acting out. I wanted someone to care. But I never felt like I was loved. I never. Who am I? What am I? Can I go and just talk to someone and say, hey, such and such touched me inappropriately? Was that okay? No, it wasn't. My life began going to a downward spiral because I was fighting myself, I was fighting those who hurt me. And I'm talking to anyone out there who have been touched inappropriately. It is not your fault. It is not anything that you caused. And I want you to believe that. It took me until I was an adult to really understand those actions that those men created was not brought on by anything that I have done. I was innocent. I was a child. They were the adults. Being molested as a child, what it brings on, even in adulthood, it brings on the lack of trust. I even have a hard time trusting people now because I think that they have alternative motive. I've gotten so much better by the grace of God, who has helped me deal with this agony and pain. My life has not always been easy, even though to some people it may seem like it has. And even when you do indulge and you tell someone, hey, this has happened to me, you probably will get the response back, well, just seek some help and get over it. It's been in your past. It's done. Don't worry about it. But people don't understand the effects that it leaves. It lingers. It's a possession that takes control of you because you don't understand why an adult would hurt you in that manner. Why would an adult take advantage of a child? Why would an adult do something so hideous to an innocent baby? It affected my life tremendously. When I became a mother, I honored my children with everything that I had in me, and I promised that I will never, ever allow anyone to touch them inappropriately. I think about my grandchildren. I pray to God that I pray for them daily, that no one would have touched them inappropriately, because I know what it leaves behind. It does not go away ever. A person could seek all the help. They could seek all the counseling, psychological counseling, everything. It never leaves you. It stays there. I will always remember what happened to me, but I have learned not to dwell in that pain because God is with me. He strengthens me. I seek His face daily to help me move forward and put that pain behind me. This is why I am here, to help anyone. I understand how hard it is. Trust me, I do. This is not easy for me. But my story may be able to help you or someone else. I lived and walked in so many other people's shoes, being molested and touched as a little girl. It's a horrible feeling, but the greatest feeling of it all is when you have Father God to rely on, to give you hope, to give you peace, and you grace in His faith to do the best that you can do and love and forgive. So I'm talking to anyone who have been touched inappropriately. You are not alone. I understand, and I have walked in your shoes. Feel free to contact me feel free to leave a message. I'm giving this story, my story, to you, to the world, in peace. May God bless you, and may God keep you.